Hey everyone, welcome back. Bigelow Reviews here. I have a new review for you, and that is Yard Act's debut album, The Overload. So, Yard Act is a UK post-punk indie rock band from Leeds, UK, and they have, like I said, released their debut album. The band is a four-piece led by James Smith, the lead singer. James Smith, and just the music in general, is very wordy. Has a lot of UK slang throughout the entire album. As a stinking Yankee, it's hard to understand some of the slang and the dialect of which he speaks. But the rest of the band has this very robotic sound to it. It's very rigid, not like most punk music or even post-punk music would have. It leans a little more towards that indie rock style, or even more like an alternative hard rock, I would say. But that being said, even though the music is very rigid and very rough on the outside, it has this really nice groove to a lot of the songs. So in a really odd algebraic way to explain what this band sounds like, I would take the Talking Heads, the Strokes, and then the Sex Pistols all in one band together. That's what I would say Yard Act sounds like. I throw the Sex Pistols in there just because of like the UK sound and a lot of the political talk when it comes into here, because the other two bands not very much aren't very political, but their sounds are very much inspired by the Talking Heads and the Strokes. At least to me, that's what it sounds like to me. But James Smith has this really unique style to his voice. It's very much like slam poetry. A lot of the bars that he drops, it's all spoken word. He's not really singing or anything on this album. Just rhythmically in like rhyme schemes and everything, this album has it. It puts it together really well. I would say that James Smith has probably some better bars than a lot of rappers out there doing their thing right now. It just, a lot of the rhythms, the way he pronounces words and how he articulates is really impressive. But this album did well upon release. It actually landed like #2 in the UK charts. Here in America, a lot of people are listening to it, but it really didn't reach anywhere on the charts here. But there is a lot of attention on this album, and I felt the need to kind of listen to it and give it a shot since everybody else was digging into it. And I kind of like the style of music. I like a lot of the UK punk stuff. I like bands like Idols. I love Idols. And Black Country New Road, who are about to drop an album. So it's really exciting. There's a lot of good music coming out of the UK. Slow Tide's a great rapper as well. One of my favorite songs in here is actually Tall Poppies, which tells this like long overall story about this like big fish in a small pond type kid who was like a great footballer. He was an awesome kid. He was led to success. A lot of people looking into him to be a professional soccer player, football player. He started selling houses and staying in his small little community where he grew up. And as the big fish stayed in the small pond started to grow bigger, and it started to expand as more people grew into the community. But that being said, the song kind of fast forwards through his life, and then he dies, and it has this really long like soliloquy wrapping up the song about how life is short. But like, what's our point of existence when the world's going to keep on going and keep on turning, whether we are here or not? It's an awesome song. The detail and just like the very end of the song, I really do enjoy a lot. The intro track to the album, The Overload, has like a really robotic feel to it. It's real rigid, but again has that like really nice groove in the background from the guitars, and the bass guitar is just laying it out. But the song is all about like how old timey UK blokes are trying to tell the band what they should be doing and whatnot, how they should be a little bit more nice, maybe get rid of the lead singer who's a little too political, a little too mouthy, and maybe the band will blow up and playing some small gigs and stuff. And basically the song was a big middle finger to those type of guys, which I'm here for. We love sticking it to the man. Another song in here I do enjoy a lot is the song Payday. That probably is the most Talking Head sounding song on the entire album in my eyes. This song talks about like the class system, and pretty much it. If David Byrne of Talking Heads was British or anything, this is exactly a song he would have made. Like I said, I'm not trying to keep like riping on it, but like some of the Talking Heads stuff on here is pretty linear to me. It's all pretty much the same thing. The song Rich is also another track about classism and kind of like the oxymoronic lifestyle of a artist trying to get paid. A lot of artists, once they find success and they get money, kind of get made fun of by other artists who are trying to also make money. In the song where they're talking about how they're starting to get paid, they're getting rich, and like you can hear the instrumentation on the song also build and add on until it kind of has this really eerie crescendo towards the end of the song. But he's talking about like he's like, I'm getting rich. Now I'm basically swimming in it, and everybody hates me now because now I'm successful as an artist. But that's the whole point of this. But if you're a real artist, you don't want to take credit for your work and not get paid for it. It's a thing that a lot of artists have to deal with. A song that this one's a quick one on here on the track. But the song "Witness" I find really funny. Basically, it's like a track talking about how they're going to sue God because God made ice and they slipped on it, and now they're going to sue God. It's really funny, and they're talking about like, can I get a witness? Like, you know, like a gospel choir would do. You know, it's, like I said, it's a quick song. It's like a minute and a half. But I thought it was funny. And then the last couple songs on the track list that kind of wrapped up the album was the song Pour Another. Is basically a drink a beer because the world's ending type of a song. It's awesome. It's a party. It's a party track. I enjoyed it a lot. The song 100% Endurance is really a song about how powerful the human spirit can be when we live life to the fullest and to 100%. We are at peak humanity. This one actually sounds a lot like Courtney Barnett from Australia, if you guys know who that is. If you don't know, I recommend you checking her out. She's awesome. But just the way the way James Smith sings on here is very melodic. It sounds reminiscent of Courtney Barnett, like I said. This song is rather honest, saying that you should be living your life to the fullest, because in the end, we'll all die. And who all's going to remember us in about 100 years if the planet keeps on living? A big if the planet keeps on living, because others will just come and replace you. Like I said, it's kind of sad, a little bit harsh, but it's also in a weird way heartwarming as well. But where this album kind of lacks, it has moments on here where a lot of the songs don't really seem to go anywhere, or have moments like on Tall Poppies or on the last couple tracks of the album. It sounds like he's just saying a lot of things, but they aren't really necessarily making sense. I could be just because I'm American and I don't know most of the politics of the UK, and I'm not able to relate to the songs. For example, on the song Quarantine the Sticks, the song is really eerie sounding and like uneasy. I don't know if it's just the way the song was made and how awful some of the harmonies and the mixing of instrumentation is on this track, but it was a hard one to listen to. And a lot of the songs, just because they are so rigid and so rough and so like rah in your face, but so stiff, it makes the album kind of hard to listen to. Once you kind of like sit down and really listen to the album and read along with the lyrics, the album seems to get, at least to me, it got better. But just putting this album on in the background really isn't doing it justice. You really need to dig into the lyrics of what he's saying, because he's saying a lot. Like I said, a lot of it I do get, some of it I don't. And that could be even said with the song Dead Horses. It just kind of didn't feel like it went anywhere. Maybe because the song is about dead horses, but I don't know. I find Yard Act's debut album to be just okay. I'm not really loving it to the point where I would recommend it to somebody, but I would definitely send somebody a couple songs from this album to give them a look-see. But I'm feeling like a 76 on this one. I feel it's kind of a high score for what I feel like I'm saying. Like I said, the good songs on here are good, and even the bad ones aren't terrible, but they definitely do drag down the quality of the album. What do you think? Put your scores down in the comment section below. Like, share, follow me on Twitter at Bigelow Reviews or at 72Britner27, and then I will see you guys in the next one. Biggie out!